Are Exalted Plaguebearers of Nurgle any good? Yes, they are absolutely good. We're looking into the details, whether they are cost efficient and just how effective they can be for you. Please like, subscribe, comment, and consider donating well-sprayed gold coins to my Ko-Fi treasury. I can use all the support in any form you can give. Thanks. Exalted Plaguebearers are recruited for 1100 base, so 2200 for Kugath, with upkeep of 275 per turn, so you hope that they're good. Don't worry, they really are. Like with the base model, you get 100 entities, but health here is 13,200 total for 132 per entity. That's a full 1600 more unit health than the original. 35 armor is slightly improved, 20% physical resistance is demon standard, and leadership is 70, which is pretty good. Speed is 27, which is pretty bad, but at least it didn't get worse. Melee attack is 38 default, and is magical and inflicts poison, and that is a good deal more base attack than the Plaguebearers. Attack interval has plunged to 3.4, so these hit faster. Melee defense is 40 default, so 8 better before any help is applied. Weapon strength is 52, with 34 base damage and 18 armor piercing, so most of the increase went to AP. Charge bonus is still a miserable 8, and mass is 175 as opposed to 150. And believe it or not, the Exalted Plaguebearer gets a limited use missile weapon. There is a very late campaign tech that doubles the ammunition, but by default you get 3 hurls per entity only. The range is 70. Missile damage is listed as 38, but these missiles are just as magical and poisonous as the melee slaps. Base damage per impact is 9 and AP is 21, so it's heavily tilted toward armor piercing. Reload time is a pretty low 8. Total accuracy is a reasonable 20. Calibration distance is 50, so it's accurate within a fair chunk of its range, and calibration area is a pretty tight 2. There is no explosive damage. I will mention that the grenades are rather fat, so they tend to catch any of your lords or heroes trying to lure enemy lords or heroes into a crossfire, so be careful. That said, it's like you're hand-throwing gunnery mob handgun rounds 3 times before running out of the munitions. At 100 entities, that can put a fair bit of hurt into something. If you have 6 Exalted Plaguebearers, that's a lot of potential hurt for a faction that has basically no proper anti-large and limited, easy access armor piercing. Note that the Exalteds have Cloud of Flies adding plus 9 melee defense once fully engaged in melee for even more tankiness. In the redline skills, Armor of Malady is where it's at, to add plus 12 armor and plus 6 melee defense, at 3 pips. And Virulent Contagion grants rank 7 Exalteds plus 10% speed, plus 5 melee attack, and 15% missile resistance. The speed won't be anything but a consolation prize, but the rest is very valuable. In the tech tree, Fetid Corpses doubles experience gain. Eye Crusts add 7% ward save to resist any and all damage. Pestiferous Life reduces the stiff recruitment cost by 10% globally, and Pox Tally reduces upkeep by 7% and raises recruit rank for fresh summons by plus 2. Locus of Virulence is the tech that doubles ammo capacity. Don't expect to see that one for a while. I mention that because the Plagueflesh Poppy building you get all Plaguebearers from is a basic military building, and you can improve the pace at which they grow and cycle from quite early in a campaign. Therefore, you can get 2 or 3 Exalted Plaguebearers fairly early on. They just lack that double ammunition for 6 volleys max. On the other hand, there's literally nothing guaranteeing you'll get even 3 volleys off in a serious fight. So in light of that, how do you use Exalted Plaguebearers? Well, if you account for their utter lack of speed and charge bonus, they're one of the most amazing anvils in the game, fighting so much harder than regular Plaguebearers, and making you think they're chosen or something. They benefit from every bit of help you can come up with, using plagues and so on, and you just can't get enough of their instant offense against some of the most brutal targets you can face. Since you have so few missile units as Nurgle, the ones you do get are very important. Since your heroes are so hard to kill generally, you should have some tank in order to draw attention so that the Exalteds can throw into the toughest, meanest targets available, and then focus on the brutal melee fight themselves. Chances are pretty good that they'll be the last demons standing. The point being, yes, it is important to their value to get the hurls off if possible, but otherwise their value is earned in the heart of battle, clubbing furiously and solving problems through applied violence. Even basic Plaguebearers can rack up the kills in a long battle. The Exalted version racks them up faster, which is something you very much want. And if you haven't noticed, They actually have better melee attack than Forsaken. No, it's not by much, but I'm sure you'll appreciate it since the 3.4 attack interval is so much better. Take care and have fun bearing blades by smashing them into your enemy's skulls. It's the direct transmission method.